Hi YouTube, I'm here yet again with a unboxing and introduction or review video to the Tile Mate and Slim. This is a Bluetooth tracking device that I picked up recently. It's a really fascinating product. It actually solves a number of use cases different people have. The specific one that I have is really being able to locate my keys around the house or around work or wherever else. And then of course using it with remotes, TV remote for example. That's something that people often misplace, and we do as well. The other interesting application I have for this product is actually as a tracking device for my young kids. So when we're out and about, let's say going to a zoo or to a public place like that, it's comforting to know that I have some sort of a tracker on my kids around me, and I can if they just go somewhere else, or I'm unable to see them in my line of sight, I can quickly track them. So those are two or three use cases that I have in mind for this product. Now there are several Bluetooth tracking devices available on the market. In the United States, the Tile product actually has, according to Tile themselves, about 90% of the market share. So they are obviously very popular, at least in the US market. I think they are very popular in many other markets as well. But again, there are far cheaper versions of this product available from many of the Chinese manufacturers, for example. And in all the research that I have done, I think when it comes to Bluetooth tracking devices, Tile is still number one, especially when it comes to the question of reliability. And let's face it, I mean, the whole point of buying something like this is to give you that peace of mind that when you actually need it, the thing is actually going to work. So you can, yes, go out and pick up something, 1/4 the price of Tile, but then again, you don't really get that reassurance, that reliability you're looking for. So that's the quick few comments I wanted to make up front. Now, when it comes to this specific product, I actually purchased the Mate and Slim combo pack. This is actually has 4 tiles on it. So there's the two larger pieces and 2 smaller ones. I think the smaller ones are called the Mate, and the bigger ones are called the Slim. The one that I am holding right now for this review is actually the RT16004. This is the 2018 edition. It has some differences from some of the legacy products that Tile came out with. But of course, now I think there are newer versions of this product already coming out in the market, obviously for a little bit more money. But they're constantly evolving this product. Now there are other versions of the Tile product. For example, there's a little round version of it, which is far smaller in size, that you can attach to a remote, for example, things like that. So they have come up with multiple versions, but basically it comes in various form factors. So the one that I'm going to be reviewing today, it's the Mate and Slim. Now, the other thing to point out is the range, because ultimately it does use Bluetooth for communicating. The range on this is 150 feet for the Mate, which is the smaller one, and the Slim, which is this larger piece, is actually 100 feet. So you're not getting a ton of range. Obviously, it's limited by Bluetooth range. I think the version of Bluetooth that it uses is Bluetooth LE, which is also Bluetooth Low Energy. I think that's what it's called, LE. So that's the technology they use, and you can pair this up with a smartphone, and you can then that way start tracking whatever you have attached this product to. So that's the product I'm holding in my hand. It does support both Google Assistant and Amazon Alexa. So you could use a smart speaker to communicate with this product. And so that's another way to use it. And of course, it does support both Apple and Google in terms of its app support. So without further ado, let me actually unbox this and show you the contents. So here we go. They have packed it, it comes in a small package. They have put in quite a few stickers on it to keep it protected. So here we go. I think I'll probably need to cut this off as well. Yes. So that's the package right there. It says "Together we find," and I'll be going into a little bit of details to how this thing actually works, and all the other features around it. But let's just quickly see the contents of the box first. So it comes in a nice package. The form factor on the Mate is actually fairly small. This is some kind of a sponge that they have put this in. Let's take out the Slim. Now the Slim is really slim. I think now the size on this, I think it says on the packaging here somewhere. The Slim actually is 54 mm by 54 mm, so it's a perfect square, and it's 2.4 mm thick. And to give you an idea, if you hold, let's say, two credit cards next to each other, the thickness of it is what this would be. So it's really thin, and so I think the Slim name for it is pretty appropriate. So there are two of these in this. Now there are no holes in it to actually attach it to a keychain, for example. Nothing of that sort. And there's this little hole on it. I think it must be the output of the noise this thing makes when once it detects that someone is trying to track it. So there are two of these in this package. So I've got two Slims, and they're obviously identical. It does say model T2001 on these, so I'm sure later versions of it you can change. Now, another quick thing that I could mention about the Slim is that it does not allow you to replace the battery. This is the 2018 version of the Slim, and on those you can't replace batteries. So once this thing is done in terms of its power, which I think lasts for about an hour, about a year, around about that, you will need to either exchange it with Tile. I think they run a program like that of some sort, or you'll just have to get a new one. So that's the limitation with the Slim version of the Tile, that you can't really replace the batteries on these things. And then on the Mate, which I think is going to be a little bit thicker, yes. So that's a little bit thicker, so you can see compared to the other one, it's almost double the thickness. You can see that right there. It almost holds two of the Slims. But size-wise, obviously it's much smaller. So you can see how much smaller this is, compared to the Slim. And it does have this hole that allows you to attach it to the keychain if that's what you want. I see there are holes in here too, which I think is the output of the noise it makes when you're tracking something. And it does come in with replaceable batteries. So with the Mate, you could actually replace the batteries. Now let's take a quick peek. What kind of batteries does it use? This is a 3-volt CR1632. Omni Energy. I've never heard that brand before, but anyway, so it uses a 3-volt battery, which you can swap out. And it made a bit of a sound as I popped this back in. So it, again, very small. Battery is replaceable. I didn't really find that it comes in different color options. I do know that Tile I've seen tiles in black, but I don't think they offer a ton of color options. But with something this functional, I'm not sure if color is a big concern for people. At least it wasn't for me. And this tile logo that you see is actually a button as well, so you could actually press it and it functions. So this logo here actually has a function in terms of acting as a button. Now, what do you do with it? So I already mentioned the range 150 feet for this little guy, and the slim is 100 feet. The batteries we talked about, it does get integrated with the Google Assistant as well as Alexa. And I think with the Alexa, you do need to add the skill for this particular products, and then you can use it. And as far as its usage with a phone is concerned, you obviously will have to download the Tile app, and on this app you can see where I am at, and so you can actually see on a map where exactly is your product located. You can actually go in and add a tile, and you can see also here that as you attach pair up a device, the app actually can allow you to pair up with other products from other manufacturers that do support the tile ecosystem. So it does come with a thing called Find with Tile. That's the ecosystem of Tile, and many other manufacturers do support it. You can see the range here. So Bose, does support it. So if you have a Bose smart, headphones, obviously it would use Bluetooth to connect with your device that you want to hear the music from. So it's already Bluetooth enabled is the point. And then, so for that, you don't need to attach a product like this to your headphones. It just natively uses the Bluetooth functionality on the headphones. So Bose does support it. Plantronics supports it, which is great. Sennheiser, Skullcandy, Keysmart, Herschel, Nomad, Fossil is supporting it. Bianca, and I think there are other manufacturers like even Comcast Xfinity has some kind of a program that supports it. So you could actually, I'm not exactly sure how Xfinity supports it, but it does have that support. I'll be researching that because I am an Xfinity's user. There are other manufacturers like Samsonite. So if you carry Samsonite luggage, I think they have support for this as well. So there are quite a few that you can actually do this with, but it's a simple process. I'm not going to actually do it right now for the purposes of this video, but just wanted to show you what wide range of a support you have with this. Now, obviously for other devices that like your keychain, where you don't really have Bluetooth, obviously you'll need to have one of these things hang. But with some of the other products, as long as that support exists, you could find it. The last thing that I want to mention, which is really attractive to me, and I think it just makes the utility of something like this go many-fold, is the community support that Tile has. As I mentioned earlier, in the United States, you have almost 90% of the market share. Again, that is based on data from Tile themselves, as far as the Bluetooth tracker market is concerned. So the point is that there are a lot of Tile users out there. It goes in the millions. And so, how it works is, let's say, I lost my phone or some other thing that I have this Tile thing connected to. So if I just lose it somewhere, all I need to do is to actually go into my smartphone and link it and publish it that, I am missing this device. And now what it does is that it actually alerts all the other Tile users anonymously and uses whatever is in range. So because it ultimately uses Bluetooth, whatever other device or whoever else who is a Tile user is in the vicinity of whatever I've lost comes in contact in range, this thing will automatically emit that to their smartphone, and then it tracks which original smartphone user this is tagged to, and it sends out a message that in this location you have your product. There's a famous, almost famous video out there that somebody, I think, had their bike stolen, and they had actually placed one of these things in their bikes, and the bike was actually identified almost 300 miles away, or something like that, from where he originally was, lost it from, or it was stolen from him. And so, and the way that worked is the tile community, aspect of it came in play. And so you are, obviously it uses, or the whole process is anonymous. So nobody really knows who is tracking what. So your phone is part of that ecosystem, or the app running on the phone is part of that ecosystem, but it makes the whole process very black box. So you don't really know that this thing is even happening as a tile user, and that your phone is being used to support other tile users, which I think is not a problem. But in terms of that community support, I think because of the limitation of Bluetooth range, that community support, I think, makes it highly useful. And of course, adoption is key. So if you're using another product, a cheaper version or something else, not a tile, you have that disadvantage that they might not have enough users in the area. And so that community aspect will simply not come into play as much. So again, a short, quick video to show you guys this product. I think it's really handy. You can pick this up, I think, for around $30 right now for the 2018 version. I think it normally retails for about $50. But I think right now they are going on sale because obviously Tile is coming out with newer versions of it. The sound on this can also be altered. So obviously you heard that it makes a sound. You can change all that. So there are quite a few, little tinkering that you can do to kind of personalize the experience with the Tile. But I think it's a great product for many of us who need a solution to losing things and being able to track it. Thank you for watching the video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and please do subscribe, and let me know what else you would like to see so I could showcase that in future videos. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.